Good day, everybody. My name is DRWilson, and I'd like to welcome you back to this channel. Before anything, I'd like to say a Happy New Year to everybody, and I hope this year brings you more success and fulfillment. In today's video, I'd like to talk about work permits and work visas here in Vietnam. So let's get started.
Zagadat.
Let's take it back to yesterday.
Alright, welcome back. So to begin with, work permits here and work visas here, I would like to put them into two broad categories. The first one is the work permits and work visa being done for you by your school, your language center, your company. Yes. And in this case, you need to just give them the documents that is required for work permits. If you don't know the documents required for work permits, check the video description below. I've created a video on the documents you need to secure a work permit here in Vietnam. And to increase your chances of getting work permits being done for you by your school or company, you would have to apply to these reputable companies or international schools here in Vietnam. For international schools here in Vietnam, to start off with, you can go to Google and then type and search international schools in Vietnam, and then look at their respective websites and then apply for jobs which, you meet the entry requirements. And to increase your chances, you would have to be overqualified. If I say overqualified, let's say if the entry requirements is a bachelor's degree, you can do a master's degree or a postgraduate diploma or a postgraduate course to increase your chances of you landing the job or making you overqualified. And that's what happened in my case. And there is this website, DRWilson.com. This website too, you can see a lot of international teaching jobs there in Vietnam and other countries. And normally these international schools and these reputable schools, they are professionals. If I say they are professionals, they are more interested in your qualifications and experiences, and not necessarily your native or non-native status or the color of your skin. So that is for you, and that is for your information. And the second case, that's what most of my friends, if I say my friends, I mean non-natives. Non-natives, so most of my friends are non-natives here. That's what most of my friends do here. That is, they do the work permits on their own, and you would have to prepare an amount of $1,500 or more in order to get the work permits done for you by reputable visa agencies here. Of course, you will need recommendations from trusted people so that you don't get scammed or you don't get defrauded. So that's the second category. With the second category, once you get your work permit done for you, you can apply to a lot of jobs, and then you can just go and teach when it is time for you to teach. That is, you are not tied to a particular school. In my case, for instance, the work permit was done for me by my school, and I have a full-time job with my school, and I am supposed to be in school to the end of the working day. That's, in my case, my contract specifies that I work from Monday to Friday from 8 to 5, from 8 to 5 p.m. and then sometimes on Saturdays if it is required. And of course, that depends on the agreement or the conditions of service you have with your school or your company. And if you think you are satisfied with it, you just go ahead and then sign the contract. In my case, I am very, very satisfied. But in the cases of most of my friends, they do not have companies sponsoring their work permits or work visas. So what they do is they do their own work permits and then work visas, and then they work at different language schools or language centers, and then they are able to make a reasonable amount of money at the end of the month. Sometimes when I mention this to people, they think working part-time or working at different or various language centers, it's not something which is feasible. But you just need to know that it is something which a lot of people are doing here, and it's making them a reasonable amount of money. The average rate I have seen amongst my friends is around $13 and above. Some do have companies paying them $15 an hour, and most of my friends work averagely around 100 hours in a month. So you can look at the salary between $1,200 and then above. Of course, it could be less or it could be more. It could be more, but averagely these are the values that you need to know of before you come here to work. So basically, these are the two types of work permits that I like you guys to know. And there's something very important you should also know, that the entry visas with which you come to Vietnam, it's either tourist visa or a business visa, and normally it lasts for 3 months. That's what I know. But some have their visas being 1 month, but most of my friends come here with 3-month visas. And what you should know is you should be able to secure a work permit within this 3 months or within this 1 month. If you come here with a 1-month visa, either tourist or a business visa, you need to secure a work permit and then a work visa. There's a difference between the two. You need the two in order to work legally here. The work permit is the document that allows you to work legally here in Vietnam, and then the work visa is the visa that allows you to stay here for your period of working here in Vietnam. Normally work permits last for 2 years and you can renew it after it has expired, and work visas last for just a year and you can renew it after it has expired. So like I said, within these 3 months of entering Vietnam, you need to get your work permits and work visas done. Else you would have to move out of the country in what we call a visa run. You move out of the country. Most people I know go to neighboring countries like Thailand, Cambodia, Indonesia, Myanmar, and the rest. And you need to move out in a visa run and then come back again, and then either you do your work permit, or when you run out of time on your visas, you go out again on a visa run. Remember, all this comes with money. You going out to a neighboring country, you need money for visas, you need money for flights. So this is just for your information, that once you are coming to Vietnam, you should prepare to secure your own work permits if you do not get a school or a company to do your work permit for you. Else you find yourself having to go through visa runs or just getting stranded here if you are not aware of these things here. So these are the things I would like to mention in this video. This is the short video like I mentioned earlier. This is a video, so if you have forgotten anything, you can just go back and then watch the video again. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section, and I will try as much as possible to respond to your comments as and when I get the time to do so. Once again, I would like to thank you very much for coming back over and over again to watch videos on my channel, and I'll be glad if you subscribe and then share this video for people out there to know. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful new year. Bye bye. I will be